separately then. Not giving it a try tonight, that's for sure. I forgot the USB cord I used for my switches. Well, my switch, my God damn it! First damage of the game. That I use for my Xbox 3, not even a 360 controller. It's an Xbox One S controller. Newer Xbox controller. The controller I use for that, if you'd believe it or not, actually takes a Type-C, not a small. I know, Tim, you're so intelligent and so smart. Would you believe Google said, hey, we'll give you a certificate to be in IT. That's why you work at the factory, Tim. I know. But anyways, like, I have the option to use that. But this brings joy. And I will also admit, one of the worst design controllers of its era. I think the PlayStation one was better. Not gonna lie, was way better. Oddly enough, these ones can also get really bad joystick issues, kind of like the Switch. So I would like to think they kind of carried that design flaw over. They kind of harken back to the good old days. The stick on this one's not bad, but the one on my Jungle Green controller was actually replaced before I bought it with a GameCube stick. And here's the thing. Well, here's two things about what just happened. First of all, the GameCube stick feels kind of nice for the 64. Number one. Number two, when you're skipping dialogue, before it gives a yes or no answer prompt, read what it fucking says. Or else you're talking to the same owl for 5 hours wondering why you can't get far in the game. But so we don't have to get that dialogue again. We're saving it. So it's not going to take me too long to tear through this dungeon. They'll be at in about 4.5 minutes, by the way, for anybody not subscribed. But we're inside the Deku Tree. The Deku Tree was like, is it in yet? Oh, come on. Good at this game, I swear. So I'm not going to put anything really to the C buttons just yet until I get the slingshot. Reason being is I only need the sticks to solve a puzzle. And I'll need those shortly. But I don't need them out right now, and they are a limited quantity item. And I want to save them for when I need them. The only problem I'm really going to have is if I start I hold my controller slightly slanted. So if I were to press with my thumb straight up, I'm going to go at a slanted angle. So any games for the 64 that require me to yes, look at the wall. The vines growing on it. Gives a rough surface. Maybe you can climb them. Not until I get a slingshot, bitch. There's spiders up there, and I don't like the spiders. I don't care if they eat the bugs. I don't like the spiders. But essentially, I'm not really putting my thumb... I'm putting my thumb straight to make the stick go straight up from me. But I'm holding the controller at an angle. And that's been a major problem that I had playing N64 growing up. So I was so used to it. Swapping the consoles like, say, the PlayStation, the 360. God, I miss the 360 back when games were good. I got used to kind of sitting like this and, you know, joysticks up like with an Xbox controller. And now I just play mouse and keyboard, so I am just a spoiled fucking brat. Let's be honest about that one. Forgive me, if I give you a clue, will you let me go? Yes, roll forward, and that way I won't take damage. However, You will see me die from fall damage, I guarantee it. It will happen. Could probably just ran forward. This will be my Slingshot. Proceed to check it out. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. And here we are. With a weapon. Now, I believe there be some stuff up to the side here. Oh, I knew it! And before anybody mentions it, yes, I know there's a wall that's bombable within this dungeon that I can come back to after doing the second dungeon and getting the bomb bags. I might come back for that. I might not. Ba 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 ba. Boop. Man, I've been. I'm not gonna lie. I stand for the N64 console hardcore. Concerning what it was. I would probably even be so bold as to say the PlayStation probably even had better games. Hell, Final Fantasy series alone, especially for someone like me who definitely couldn't afford many games growing up as a kid. The value proposition on a PS1 alone, just for the JRPGs, which could take a while to do with the grinding and stuff, you know, you at least had a video game to play. That being said, you got games like GoldenEye. I used to be so damn good at GoldenEye. Like, I will definitely talk more about that after this commercial break we're in, but value propositions aside, I was damn good at a lot of the games, like, not necessarily Mario Kart, though pre-Blue Shell, Mario Kart was, you know, a game of talent and skill. Not, you know, the Communist Manifesto, because that guy's in first. Well, you gotta fuck him somehow. But, like, I got Perfect Dark. One game I want to add to my collection would be, would definitely be, come on, Tim. GoldenEye. There we are. So, like, I used to be so good at GoldenEye just because, you know, I had to play the games that I had. I had no other choice. Play those games or don't play no games at all. I could beat the levels proficiently enough. I unlocked all the cheats that you could activate, because you could actually unlock them by completing stuff in game. I think the only thing you had to really do button codes for was playing as all the movie James Bonds. I think that was the only thing you really had to cheat in the system by doing button press combos. Everything else you can get for getting a high enough rank on the single player missions, doing them on 00 agent difficulty, and lots of doing them on 007 difficulty and under a certain time period. So I got so good at doing that when it came to playing multiplayer. I don't care if you use Oddjob. I'll whoop your fucking little ass. I was just that good at the game. Because when it came to multiplayer using the cheats, everybody had the same cheats affect them the same way. So, if you had big head mode or DK mode, everybody had a big head. If you had unlimited ammo, everybody had unlimited ammo. If you were invincible, everybody's invincible about it. Paintball mode, everybody shot paintballs, or at least the bullets made paint marks on everything. So I was so good at that, people thought I was legitimately cheating, even though they had all the same benefits I did. And it was great. Like, I did not go to dances as a kid. You go to dances, or if a dance is going on, because they happen during the school hours in grade school. This is back in the day when things were cool. We would go to a classroom where the rest of us would all get babysat because we're losers. Well, no, I'd bring in the 64 4 controllers and a Mario Kart, Perfect Dark, GoldenEye, and yeah, I'd be a huge ass nerd. And there's nothing wrong with that. I liked video games. I still do, obviously. I play them. There we are. So, like, there's a lot of love I have for video games and stuff. A lot of good memories I have associated with them. Do I regret not being better at sports? Kinda not. Do I regret not being more quote-unquote social? Well, I was social. I was social with other gamers. Like, I wasn't the only one playing GoldenEye in that classroom. There had to be other people, or else it just wasn't going to work. So, like, you know, I had my social. It wasn't, you know, as cool as everybody else's. You know. But it was fun. And I think gaming's a very good hobby for a lot of people. I find it relieves my stress, some of my annoyance to unwind, and even, you know, I think streaming's kind of helped a little bit, if that makes sense. Because I now have an excuse to do it. Oh, well, I got a game. It's what I stream. I don't stream just chatting. I don't draw art. I don't sit in my bedroom in a bikini with an inflatable pool. I play video games, damn it. So I need to play a video game. Nothing like a built-in excuse, and if I ever get paid for this, it'll be a great tax write-off that the government's gonna freaking hate. Or at least some idiot's gonna hate. Especially since they don't get to write off their video games on taxes. So, it's one of those hobbies where, you know, do it if it makes you happy. You're not hurting no one as long as you're, you know, at that age where you have a job, so you kind of need to pay bills. Obviously, pay your bills. Don't, you know, sacrifice that because you want to have time at home to play video games. And I don't mean that, you know, that game you've been waiting for 7 years for when it finally launches. Yeah, take the launch day off. Who cares? Your girlfriend bitches, you don't need her. Forgive me, master. I'll never do it again. Forgive me, daddy. I'll teach you something cool. You will never beat my brother's head unless you... 23 is number 1, I believe. Yep. This is back in the day when the code was the same for everything. Like, not everything. Like, if there was another puzzle, it'd have a different code number, but... Like, my copy gives me 23 as number 1, your copy will give you 23 as number 1, that sort of thing. Whereas like now in games, it's different between playthroughs, which is also cool.